if it do come on, it gonna show the show. Yeah, I know how to do that. All right, here we go. Make sure it's on the television, right? Yeah, Jones called me asking me, talking about, yeah, what the show gonna be about tonight? Yeah, is she gonna get you or what? I told her, I say, well, I ain't got no fight in me tonight. Yeah, I better watch this so I can help you. Oh no, we on the all right, folks, we sorry. Let me oh my God, are you serious?
Hey, 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 hey. Welcome in. Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Him and Her Show. Another thought provoking episode of the Him and Her Show. I am your co host, Cantina Vanessa Clark, and we are here with the host, the truth guru himself, Lamar J. Thomas. What's up, Lamar?
I'm tired. I know that was improper to say. It's good to see y'all on tonight. It is a good night that we're here. We missed her on last week. I know y'all probably glad to see her back because I went eight probably. So many of
Yeah.
y'all, but she's
Yeah.
pretty much back to save everybody tonight. So uh it is what it is. I'm, I'm ready. That's all I can say tonight.
What's that saying? When the cat's away, the mouse will play.
Yeah,
You
I
had
had a
fun
good
last
time
week.
too. I had
Yeah,
a good time too. I had a good time.
I know. I saw. Well, we've had a good season thus far, and we've talked about all there is to talk about relationships and dating and courting and building up to meeting your partner and, taking that step for marriage. But something that I wanted us to do was take a dial back and talk about some of the common myths about dating, relationships, and marriage.
Okay.
And I think we're going to do a series about 8 or 9 of those. So I want to get in tonight, myth number one. Your partner is not responsible for your happiness. So I want to ask you, you've been married before. Did
Yep.
you think that marriage would make you happier or more stable? Or what were your thoughts before going into marriage for the first time?
Well, the first thing I had to learn, there is no partnership in the marriage. That's some of the LGBT alphabet and stuff for a partnership. That's what that is. A partnership. God never made partners in marriage. I think the society has adopted something that God has not endorsed. God made man and woman. I fight with this on a massive level. I keep hearing the word a real man or a real woman. Either you a man or either you a woman. And you can either be a flunking man or a flunking woman. Either way it go, you what God made you to be. You just a confused, messed up component. That's all. So God never made partners in marriage. He made man and woman to walk together. He is the head and she is the helpmeet. In other words, he, he gotta put it together, work together to get the promotion that your hearts desire. If John Cochran said, if it don't fit, it must have quit. his favorite slogan. So, do a man or a woman supposed to be your happiness? I ain't see that in the Bible. I, I, I ain't see that in the Bible where it said the man's supposed to make his woman happy and the woman's supposed to make her husband. I ain't see that. But I do know real life that if the man see the woman he want her, he gonna be happy with her just off of looking at her because that's what he want. And if her desires is her husband, she gonna be happy the way it goes. So I don't think a man's supposed to go out here spending money, open up doors, putting in the car, getting out the car. I don't think a woman should be cooking a meal to keep him happy. I mean, we got responsibilities and jobs to do, you know, that he gave us. And if we use what he gave us to do, I don't think we'll have a problem.
Okay, okay. Well, we have this cultural belief or ideology in society that your mate is supposed to make you happy. They're supposed to complete you. There's movies. We see it on TV. It's romanticized. I think it was Jerry Maguire when Tom Cruise says, "You complete me." And
Right,
we look at movies like The Notebook and Twilight and
right,
Titanic.
right,
Okay. And we think about all these romanticized images
right,
of what happiness in a relationship is supposed to look like.
right.
But is it romantic? Yes, it's romantic, but it's not healthy.
Fairy tales,
Why do
right?
you think, huh?
Fairy tales, right?
Fairy tales.
Mm.
Why do you think people enter into relationships expecting an emotional rescue?
Because that's what they was taught in the younger days, especially in the younger female. They was taught, oh, he's supposed. Well, you remember? Let me go. I can't say the phrase right, but I can say it. The girl is made with sugar and spice and everything nice. The man, this boy, is made from puppet dog tail. I could never get that, get that part down.
Boys are made of snails and puppy dog tails. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so in this reality, we were taught to cater to the girl. And whatever she want, whatever she need, whatever we supposed to do that. We supposed to be her helpmeet. It was flipped. And this is
Hmm.
why we are having some serious problem because we're
Hmm.
out of role with God didn't put us in that position to do that. Her job is to be a helpmate, not go out and work a 9 to 5. God didn't build her for long term hard labor. He told the man to provide. He told the woman to make a safe haven, the house of peace. Proverbs says, a wise woman builds a home, but a foolish one will tear it down. So, if I may speak from an open platform level, an open platform level, marriages is now out of place. We're trying to make marriage be what we want it to be, and it's not
Hmm.
what God put it to be.
Hmm.
He told us to work by the sweat of our brow to take care of our family. I ain't see him tell that woman near time. Now, this is how I know that he gave good, good instruction. He said, you're going to work to take care of the child. You can work. I don't care how much I work. I cannot have a child. I cannot get pregnant and bear a child, but I can give it to you. So why is the woman doing what men is doing when he only gave her structure to submit herself to her husband as church has done to Christ and bear his seed? What else did he tell the woman to do outside of it? He didn't tell her to find a career. He didn't tell her to find a job, do a 9 to 5. He didn't tell her to do this and do that and do this. He did not say that. He told that man, you are responsible for providing and taking care of her. This is Bible.
So
I see you got your gun. Put your bullet
let
in.
me.
I didn't write that. The book
I didn't,
did. I didn't write it.
I'm just trying to get an understanding for the people.
Okay. Okay.
I led you in as the truth guru, okay?
Uh,
But
let's
so
set,
you're
let's set up.
saying
Let's
that
set
when a man and a woman are married, that the woman should not work?
Here's my thing. I'm
You
saying
say the book said it,
the
but do
book
you?
said it.
Is
The
that what
book
you're saying?
said he didn't build her for long term hard labor. He didn't build her to work. He told the man for his
Okay, so
sins that he shall work by the sweat of his brow to take care of his family. What did he tell the woman to do?
she's a helpmeet. Okay,
He
she's
help
supposed
me.
to help her husband, support
Okay,
him, make the household
if he out there
take care
working
of
on
the
a job, if he's out there working on a job, and he said, "Hey,
Uh huh.
baby, can I need you to come out here? I need you to kind of, if you can, kind of lean against the thing. I'm trying to put the screw in. Just help me." Now, as
Okay.
far as the job wise, wait a minute, because I'm coming. As far as the job wise, if the woman wants to have a job, the husband must be okay with it. Because if he pick up, now, baby, look, I'm off today. I want you to stay home with me. Who you gonna do? You gonna do what your husband say? Or you gonna do what that man tell you or your boss tell you your job? He say for you to be there at 9, but your husband say for you to stay home. Which one you gonna do?
So let me get this straight
See?
because it seems like okay. I know you're saying what the word said, and there's no argument there. Okay,
You sure?
but you're saying that
You
if
sure?
you have a wife, you okay with her sitting at home and
I
not
would
working?
love it. It wouldn't bother me because it ain't her responsibility. It's mine.
Okay, so today in culture they would call that a soft life. So
I
that
don't care
sounds
what
good.
I wouldn't care what culture call. Who started this? I tell the people this in when they ask them crazy questions. Where were you when God hung the sockets, stars in the socket? Where were you when He said, "Let there be light"? If you was so much right on what you can do and say, then why didn't you go out there and be on that tree stump called the old rugged cross and die for this?
Mm.
It wouldn't have been no need for him to send his son. Since we all got it together, you know so much. God made man from dust. Wait a minute. I heard a female came on and said this was a very interesting, and I should pull the clip up because she challenged, and I am gonna pull that clip up. I am gonna pull that clip up. My God, I meant to have that clip ready. But while we at break, I'm gonna see if I can get that clip and get it up. She said, make it make sense that if a woman was born to give birth, then why is it that man was born first, not the woman first, if she the one? I just shook my head because people don't read the Bible. He said he took man and formed him in the dirt of the dust. He didn't need a woman for that. He used the dust. And he said,
Right.
and we're going to create this man in our own image. And
Right.
then he seen that he needed a helpmeet. And he put him to sleep. And then he
Hmm.
forwarded him the woman from the real cave. You see, people have become educated fools,
Hmm.
wandering minds with wandering eyes and itching ears. It's not hard.
Hmm.
God laid the formula telling the man what's his responsibility. He laid the formula telling the woman her responsibility. When he got through with all that there, don't forget, he started with the responsibility with the serpent. All the days of your life, you're going to crawl up on your belly, and the dust from his feet shall you enter into your face all the days of your life. To this day, the serpent is still what? What the
Same
serpent
way.
doing?
The
Crawling on
same
his face
way.
all the days of his life, huh?
Yeah.
So let me ask the antagonizing question.
Mm-hmm.
If the snake got to obey,
Mm-hmm.
how come the man and the woman can't obey?
Mm-hmm.
If we look at the magnitude of it, the snake is still crawling, women
Mm-hmm.
still having babies,
Yes.
and men still gotta work.
Yes.
So all the other cosmetic has been added on by who?
Society, culture.
So whose report you gonna believe? You gonna believe the report of God who made all this, Yahweh? Or you gonna believe what society, government, and scientists have created for something to be? They're not God.
That's true. But guess what? There's a debate in there for you, because a lot of people would say, um, what you're saying is borderline.
Ludicrous.
I don't want to say chauvinistic, but on one hand, it could be viewed as a soft life. On one hand, it could be viewed as, um, the Stone Age, or chauvinistic or whatever. Because in today's society, the economy, uh, a lot of people have to have two working adults because they can't make it on one income.
Yes, they
So
can.
then what do you do?
They can. Yes, they can. They can make it because the book said he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor from God. See, there
Hmm.
ain't no getting away from around God. If he
Hmm.
tell you to do something, you follow the formula. His word can't return him far. That mean is I'm capable of giving you what your desires is and what is needed because I'm following his formula. He's not a liar. He,
Okay, so in that same sentence or voice or whatever that you're saying, dialing back to what you just said a few minutes ago. So basically, if two people are married,
mhm.
man and wife, husband and wife, excuse me, and the husband says, "I don't want you to work," she shouldn't work.
If the man say he don't want her to work, she shouldn't work. She should stay home because her job is to, as y'all say, submit. But we know what I showed y'all about 2 weeks ago what that Bible said about obey. She's supposed to obey her husband. Listen, you're not supposed to put nothing before your husband. A man is not supposed to put nothing before Jesus the Christ. And the children, let me ask you, you're a mom. Your mom slash mother, because some of your children is grown and the other one is almost grown. So almost don't complete the case, right?
Okay.
If your children went around you after you told them no and asked their father, could they have something or do something, what would be your what would be your what would be your answer to that?
My answer would depend on what the situation is, what the circumstance is. Okay. But here's the thing. I'm not in a marriage right now. So I'm not in a two-parent household. As it stands today, we have some single parent households where some mothers are the custodial parent and maybe the father doesn't live there. Or maybe the father doesn't live in the same state, or maybe the father does not have an active role. So it would depend on the situation and the
Right.
circumstance. But ideally, my job as a mother is to protect my child and protect them from any and everything. that may potentially do them harm. So that's why I say it depends on what it is. Now, if I said, um, let's say for instance, if I had a daughter and she's not 18 and she's asking to go get a piercing and I say no, and then she goes and she says, well, dad, everybody's doing it, it's cool or whatever, you know, I don't know that I would make a big stink about it, but
Mhm.
I think that sometimes when they do things like that, there's a lesson for them to learn.
Right,
And sometimes they have to bump their head and learn that lesson.
right,
And so sometimes, most of the time, I let that lesson speak for itself.
right,
And then when they come back and say, Mom, I did something that I shouldn't have done. And then we go through that lesson. So it
right.
just depends. I'm not, as my older children say, I've gotten soft. But I parent a different way. I think when you're younger and you're becoming parents and you're just starting out, you parent one way. But as you grow, as you learn, as you get stronger in the word, you parent a different way. So it just depends on the situation. Huh?
If they
Oh.
went behind your back, after you know you precisely told them they couldn't do something or have something, and they went
Mm-hmm.
behind your back and they went to their father and whoever
Mm-hmm.
that's in the house, and they told them you can go ahead and get it, what would be your response? That
I
sounded
mean, if
real
that's
hard
their father,
to say. That sounded real professional.
that's
But
their
I
father,
want to be real with
right? That's their father.
you. Huh?
Be real. I mean, that's their dad. What can I say? That's their dad. Is it going to hurt them, or is it going to hinder them, or is it going to help them?
You told them
I mean,
you cannot have no candy. Don't fool with that candy. Don't fool with no none sweet. Don't fool with that. I'll give you this tomorrow. And they go in there as you precisely told them no. And then you go back in there and you catch them eating. And they said, Daddy said I can have it. Grandma said I can have it. Oh, they just took it up on themselves to do it. I want you to come on and be real because it's true.
it's
Don't sit
candy.
the buckle
It's
in there.
candy, though. You got to give me a different thing. Something like, okay, let me give you an example.
You
They
told me
bring home a permission slip.
you tell me.
Huh? They bring home a permission slip. They bring home a permission slip. And I say, you cannot go. But they sneak around and they get their older sibling to sign their permission slip and they go anyway.
What you gonna do?
What I'm gonna do? They gonna get grounded. They gonna get. I'm gonna talk to them
Okay.
and then I'm gonna ground them.
Goes. Same thing it
Huh?
goes. See, I'm bringing it all the way back around to the responsibility of the protocol. Man,
The
God,
protocol.
God, Jesus, man, woman,
Man.
and children.
Yeah.
I'm bringing that structure back. This is
Yeah.
something that we don't have in the household because everybody's overriding everyone. And this,
Mm-hmm.
and this is all a part of the happiness.
Mm-hmm.
A man go to work and he take care home. She
Mm-hmm.
mad with him because he's not spending time with her. Wait a minute. The man is providing. He has to do this job. You're asking for this. He's trying to make sure he have this finances for that, this fix for
Mm-hmm.
this, so you can have it. While he's doing this, you saying you're unhappy when the
Mm-hmm.
man is doing what he's supposed to do, provide. See, here's the thing.
And that's part of it.
Okay, it's part of it. Here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Two people, one person wants to help in the way that is not need for the person to help. It's like you tell me, you got a project, you make a lot of stuff. You say, hold the pencil, I'll be right back. Don't move
Mm-hmm.
that pencil, because that ink gonna run. And I move the pencil, and I decide I'm gonna take glue to put it over here on this project because it's the right way it's supposed to go, that I think. But I'm not the person who do all this. So yeah, it don't make sense what I'm saying because I don't know the project. You do.
Mm-hmm.
So I get involved with that, and then I do that. When you come back, now your project messed up.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna be your comments about that?
Why did you move? Why did you move the pencil?
And that is what God is saying to all of us. I gave you a formula. Why are you doing extra things? I'm going to turn another corner. Most of us in marriages, or even in relationship, we go above, and over here. And then if the person don't reciprocate back like you get, now you mad. What did you do this for him or her to reciprocate back to you on another level? Are you expecting something? Why are you doing things to expect someone to give back? If you don't have $20 to give and not worry about it, why you offer that to a person and give it to them?
Right.
Because now you expecting them to give you your $20 back plus a little bit more money. Or when you get in trouble, how dare you tell me no when I helped you out when you didn't have nothing? So what is your condition of your heart when you really doing this stuff? That's the question.
Right.
It is not the man's job to stick around the house and keep the woman happy 24 hours, 7 days a week. It is not her job to say, okay, he been out working. I need to put his bath water. I need to get his clothes ironed out. I mean, did you marry a wife or did you marry a handmaid?
Right.
Which one
I
did you
think
marry?
some people have some of that stuff mixed up. But back to what you were saying about the wife, being at home and the husband's out working all day and he comes in and then she expects him to make her happy. Because another thing that society says a lot, happy wife, happy life,
And that's the biggest
or
lie
happy
you don't want to
spouse,
hear.
happy house, or
Yeah,
whatever. But because some people feel like that is the husband's primary job to make her happy, and that the wife's emotions determine the health of the relationship, and that peace is avoiding conflict.
right,
Yeah. Um, but then in that situation or those situations, one person becomes responsible for the other's emotional state, and that's not healthy.
right,
And so the second part you were talking about, the husband doing these things, the wife doing these things, did he marry a handmaiden? Well, if we're doing marriage God's way and we're doing it correctly,
right,
we are loving each other, serving each other,
right,
honoring each other, forgiving, sacrificing, doing all
right,
that.
right,
So if two people are in a healthy relationship, a wife's service to her husband may be to, oh, he's been at a hard day at work. I'm going to make
right,
sure he has a hot home cooked meal.
right,
And then I'm going to make sure, I'm going to run it, and maybe that's how she wants to serve her husband. I'm going to run his bath water. I'm going to
right,
wash his back, I'm going to pick the hairs out of his chin or whatever. I'm going to iron his work clothes for tomorrow, pack his lunch, maybe that's a way that she wants to serve him. But I think the emotional part, that part where you say it's not his job to make her happy,
right.
that's what we need to really speak on tonight, because I think that not just the women, but I think the men too, I think they have that their ideology that that's what's supposed to happen. Let's take a quick commercial and come right back.
Okay. Oh my God, yeah.
Before the 12 driver assist systems, before the 7 passenger seating, the Airmatic adaptive suspension, and the predictive AI technology, It starts with the same simple philosophy: to deliver the world's greatest vehicles. The 7-passenger Mercedes-Benz GLS. Even standing still, it's moving forward.
Every story has two perspectives, but somewhere in between, truth is waiting to be revealed. His side, her side, together, the truth. Join us for the pilot episode of His and Her Covenant Conversations, premiering May 11th at 9 p.m. on the EEFI network. Hosted by yours truly, Cantina Vanessa Clark and Lamar J. Thomas, this is where real conversations unfold about love, covenant, healing, and the spaces where relationships are tested and transformed by truth. No filters, no performance, just honest dialogue that bridges understanding between hearts, experiences, and perspectives. Because when we stop competing for sides and start listening for the truth, healing begins. His and Her Covenant Conversations, May 11th at 9 p.m. on EEFI Network. Don't just hear one side, experience the conversation. We are back, and we are talking about one of the myths of dating, relationships, and marriage, and that is your partner is responsible for your happiness. But we've been talking about that's not the case. I also want to talk about sometimes you get it, someone in a relationship saying, if you loved me right, I'd feel better. You know, you're responsible for my mood. I act how you treat me. Or if I'm unhappy, there's something wrong with the relationship. What do you say to that, Lamar?
Well, I think a lot of people, well, I don't think I know, a lot of people are in bad, miserable places before they even get married. They literally get married for someone to literally make them happy,
Mm-hmm.
to bring happiness to them. They've had a horrible hardship of life, the things that happened to them while in certain households and certain situations have come, and now they're looking for a person to make them happy. You know, I often say these to people who I actually counsel. You got to help yourself, and that's
Mm-hmm.
get past what you have been victimized by, what has happened to you in your life. You got to get past. Thank God it didn't kill you. Be grateful that it did not kill you, and move forward. Why hold your life up? And it happened to you when you was 8, 9, 7, 12, and 14 years old, and here you are 60 and 70 and 30 and 20 something years old, and you still holding on to something that someone done to you all them years ago. The past means just that. It's the
Mm-hmm.
past. If you can name one person who can go back in time, I wait for you. I wait for you. And that means if you can't go back in past the time instead of putting you forward, why are you spending your present and your future dealing with some way back that you don't even have the power to change within that situation? But you can change you. You can forgive that person that done something to you for you. You can get up and go on. So I think a lot of people are wasting their time in relationship and getting married to people that they gotta fix up. Oh,
Mm.
I've been there. I've been there. When you're involved and you love her so much, you need to fix her up. I'm not fixing up nobody else. I'm sorry. I'm single. I'm not married either. But I am not fixing up another woman. For what? If she don't want to fix her own self up, it's just like a hog. You take the hog out of the slop. You bring it in, you clean up your bath, and you do everything you can do. As long as there's a hedge around there, that hog ain't gonna go to that slop. But you open up that door and move that hedge out from around them and watch. You see when a person walk out of your life, let them, because you were saving them from what they were doing when you met them. You changed them, you talked to them, you got to understand it with them. You don't need to be doing this. You don't need to be doing this. Do this, do that. Get this done for yourself. Get this, get yourself together. Get this together, get this together. Get this, do this, do that. And as soon as y'all separate, the person say, I want out, I don't want to be, open up the door and let them out. Wait for them. They're going to go back doing exactly what they were doing when you separated. Because you know why? They didn't self-change. They changed for you. I don't need a woman that's going to change for me. I want a woman that's going to change for herself. Because see, then I ain't got to worry about her going to being streetwalker, drug user. I ain't got to worry about her going out there doing any crazy stuff, don't want to adhere, don't want to listen. You know why? Because I didn't change. You made that change for yourself. And a lot of women make, I'm going to change him. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. A lot of women, all that time talking, you didn't hear me? Or you heard?
I heard, yeah, it just went out for a minute, but I heard, yeah.
Okay. A lot of women make that mistake getting a man. Oh, he good in the bedroom, so I'm gonna fix him up. See, that Wayne Dang Doodle ain't no joke. He laid it down right. Oh, he a good man. He a good man. And you fix the person up. And when you fix that person up, then you find out you fixed up that house. Because the minute you turn your back and tell them, okay, you want to go out the door, go ahead on out the door. They go out the door. Next time you see them again, they back out there doing all that crazy stuff. Everything they doing. They didn't change for them. They changed for you. So you had a problem in that relationship that was hid. You just didn't see it. And it was going to get worse. Because you're dealing with a person that has a drug addict problem, it leads from one drug to another drug. Sooner or later, you're going to leave from that drug to another drug. And now you carrying around a person with an addiction, whether it be candy, whether it be whatever. You have a person with an addiction that don't want to fix themselves up, don't want to quit their ways, don't want to change, wants to do it their way, and you over there stressing yourself out. Why don't you just change? You can do better. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm not wasting my time with you at all. You want to kill yourself? I'm going to open up the door, baby. There it is. Go take care of your business. Meanwhile, I'm going to wait on that girl. I'm going to be looking at the same time for that good woman to come along. And when she comes, guess what? I ain't looking back. I ain't looking back now because I don't care what you do. You just do what you do. Just wrong. Do whatever it is you do because you don't want change. And that's the problem with people. We try to force them to change. And when we do that, the repercussion is hell in the household. And you wonder why you're going through hell. Because you trying to force them to change. That's not the deal.
And I think that's where emotional pressures and burnout and disappointment and unrealistic expectations come in. And you said something very important about that person has to change. And that's the thing. Our mate is not responsible for our happiness. A marriage is supposed to be a covenant relationship between two whole individuals.
Right.
They're whole before they come in. Whole meaning you have to do the work.
Right.
You have to heal from all those things
Right.
that you were dealing with before you got to that relationship. Oftentimes, I wanted to add this in too. A lot of people feel like if I get into a relationship, it's going to fix my loneliness. It's gonna fix my sadness.
Nah,
I'm gonna feel the love that I need to feel, and that's gonna be enough to make everything right. But a lot of people have a misconception about what a partner is supposed to be. Your partner is not your therapist. They're not your savior. They're not your identity or your source of joy. But a
yeah.
partner is your companion, your supporter, your teammate, your emotional witness,
Well,
and
say if they are
not
part,
regulator.
if they
Huh?
if they are a partner, then that's exactly what you got is a partner. A partner is somebody that gonna partner with you and say, okay, I'm just gonna use. See, let me explain this partnership business.
I said supporter and teammate. I said companion, supporter, and teammate.
All that is all these are add-ons. All of it is add-on because when you do it,
Here
I,
we go. Here we go.
it's like kissing a frog. Somebody's gonna become your prince.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
How you know I hear different now? Wait a minute
It's like kissing a frog, and it's going to be your prince. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. So when you use those words,
now.
partnership,
Yeah.
teammate, all of these are add-on. These are components. And when you put them components on something that don't fit, then you get the wrong result.
Oh, it looks like we lost our host.
I'm here.
Um,
No, I'm
there
here.
he is. Okay, there he is.
I'm here. I don't know what's going on with y'all, but I'm on. I can see everything. I can see. I'm on. But
Okay.
um,
I see you now.
big guy, I don't know what happened, but I've been here the whole time. But a total fraud can never be a prince. It's a fraud. And when we add on these
Hmm.
components, we psychologically believe this, and then we start believing something that's not there to be there, and we start seeing it. Like, I thought you was the perfect wife, or I thought you was the perfect woman for me. This and that, because you add all this on in your head of this person. You didn't accept that
Hmm.
person for what you really saw. Let's be real. I've been in some relationships.
Yeah, that's like emotional dependency.
Yeah, well, I'm emotional for y'all, but men, we're interacting with our
Oh my God.
we interact with
What you are describing is emotional dependency, though.
y'all.
It's. I got a whole article about it on my
That's on
website.
the
Yeah.
female, that's on the female side and emotion. But men, we,
Oh my God.
we look at, oh man, that girl fine. Look at them big old legs. Look at her. Ooh, she fine. Look
Mm.
at her, boy. That thing sexy. I got to have her, boy. Ain't no emotion. It's what we see. Look. This is what we see with our eyeballs. And when we look in our eyeballs and we see that, we want that. We want that.
But what I'm saying
And
is
that's
what you're describing is emotional dependency
emotion.
where yeah, it
That's
is. If I love them enough, I can
good.
heal
That's from
them.
your perspective.
If I become what they need, they won't
Your
leave.
perspective. That's
If
from
I, love who they could become, as we said in the previous show, potential, you
uh,
know.
uh,
If I find the right person, I won't feel lonely, insecure, and incomplete. Those are all parts of emotional dependency.
uh,
Hmm.
uh,
But not to cut you off, but I just wanted to add that. That's what you're describing, sir.
I ain't agreeing with that crap. I ain't agreeing
Of
with that.
course you're not. Why would I expect you to do any other thing?
However,
But
I am gonna say this here.
uh-huh.
People have adopted the way that a person should make them happy. And when the person don't make them happy in the way that they think they should have, then they are very visual,
Mm,
not visual, but viciously
vicious,
angry.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Viciously. I waste my time. I gave you 15 years out of my life, and I went to work and bought a house, and you ain't did this here. Or I done had 3 kids, 2 kids, and you still this and you still that, and I'm. Well, baby, what did you do this out of? Did you do this out of looking for something back? Because a lot of people getting married now, they're getting married looking for something in return.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they are.
Very
They have an agenda.
Yeah.
They're not getting married for the right reasons.
Right.
But
This-
what you just spoke to
nah,
has to deal with identity. Some people get into a relationship or they start dating or they get into a relationship or they get married and they don't know who they are.
ask them.
And what
My
people,
favorite word. That's my
huh?
favorite word. Who are you? Tell me about you. If the person can't tell you who they are, why are you dating them? They don't even know their own self.
And a lot of people don't know who they are. And I think you even spoke to this on a previous show about
Uh,
titles.
I have.
Okay. When you are a wife and your spouse dies, you're still you. When you are a mom and your kids grow up, you're still
You
you.
do.
You could be a CEO of a company, but that's just a role. You're still you.
That's it.
And your emotions are just emotions. They don't drive who you are. You're still you. But a lot of people don't know who they are. And honestly, since we're talking about his side, her side, the truth is you find your identity in Christ with your relationship with God,
That's
not in your mate. Your
Yeah.
mate does not become your identity.
That's
There is somebody you choose to do life with. But when you make your mate the center of your world and everything evolves around them, like every second, every day, there's nothing wrong with loving the person you with and wanting to share that time with them. But you have an identity, you have things, you have a purpose. He has a purpose. You have a purpose.
to you on that one.
Huh?
Because when you become married, you no longer are twain, but you become one.
Right. But you can't spend every hour of the day, every second of the day with
Watch
each
this.
other.
Watch this. Watch this.
Uh-huh.
When you become one,
Mm-hmm.
although you are not at the house with him or her,
Mm-hmm.
you are with it. Because, watch this here.
Yeah.
Watch this here. Because if you're really connected as one, if something happened to her or him, you can literally feel it.
Yes, that's true, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Okay.
talking about the identity part of it. You
Okay.
just said earlier. You just said earlier. You come home from work.
Identity.
Huh?
Mr. and Mrs. What? When you turn around, when you got married and they turn you around, they say, ladies and gentlemen, I present you Mr. and Mrs. Who. See, your identity is still there. You don't have that.
Yeah, yeah, you have an identity, but your mate is not your identity.
Yo, who?
Like they don't become your identity. You're you, right?
You become your husband's identity. Who speaks for this woman?
Not
Oh
identity.
yeah, oh yeah, because you're one with your husband. That's your identity. Who speaks for this woman?
Okay, but your identity is who am I?
Your who am I supposed to be found before you linked up with your husband? Same
Okay,
thing
but that's
before
what
marriage.
identity is who am I?
You supposed to know all of that before you say I do to your husband.
So what you're saying right now is that my identity goes away when I get married. I become him, his identity,
You become your husband.
his identity.
Christ Jesus, there's neither female or male, right?
Okay, but you throwing me for a loop on these play of words.
Throw you for a loop.
On these play of words.
I've been
Because
throwing
your
you-
identity is who you are,
Your
right?
identity is who God created you to be.
That's not purpose? Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that behavior. That's behavior.
That's
Purpose is
behavior?
behavior. But
Oh,
your
okay.
identity becomes who your husband is. See, that's the thing. That's why you don't even have your last name no more. What your last name changed to? Now,
I'm single.
I tell you what, let's go to the Bible. When Adam saw Eve for the first time, he said, my, flesh of my flesh and bones of my bone. She
Mm-hmm.
shall be called woman because I'm man.
Mm-hmm.
Her identity comes from her husband.
Okay, but she's woman. She
She's
ain't
woman.
man.
She is woman, and without a who speaks for you, baby? I'm just saying. Have you ever been
I'm
walking?
single. Ain't nobody speaking for me right now.
Are you saved
Yes.
by the blood of Jesus Christ?
Yes.
And you believe that his blood has washed you, right?
Yes.
And you believe that he died and arose on the third day.
Yes. I
Oh, wait
once
a minute.
again,
Wait a minute. And
I'm talking about a male. There is no male that speaks for me.
wait. And you believe this with your heart, all of this, right?
Yes.
Then who speaks for you?
But that's God. You said a male.
Wait a minute. I get what you're saying, that is God. But watch this. How can you go past your husband to God when your identity is in your husband? That's why he told Adam, don't tell me nothing about Eve. What did I tell you to do?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? See, when a woman has an identity within her husband, she's no longer held accountable for anything he is. Ooh, I like that look right there. That look right there. I like that look right
So
there. I like that look right there. Ooh, that's
I
look there.
it is my understanding, or has been my understanding, that identity is who am I when everything else changes.
Nothing is not. Listen, first thing, divorce was never supposed to be on the table unless
Wasn't it?
you infidelity and death.
Uh-huh.
That's the only way divorce comes on the table. That's
Uh-huh. And
the reality.
I'm aligned with the word of the Lord.
Ain't it time for another commercial break? I ain't got time to be fighting with you right now.
Let's go to commercial then, Lamar.
Right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
That identity is important, which holds the man accountable. It's
Mm-hmm.
like when the children is little, they don't know where they going. They don't know what they're doing. You got to turn out. Don't stick your hand in that socket. Me, I'll let you stick your hand in that socket. When they hit you and blow you across the road and you get up, bet you won't do that again, won't you? See, but the children's identity hides in the mother. Okay, you carry a baby. You got kids. You got children. They're mid-adults, almost grown. But you carried them inside of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had no identification when you got ready to get on the plane. They had no identification when you went into the club and you were pregnant or whatever you were doing during the pregnancy. They was inside of you. And so the man is supposed to carry the woman not on the outside, but right here where she was pulled from. And if
Mm-hmm.
she would get back where she was pulled from, she can know her husband and wear the identity at ease. See, the women now, they want to be the wife, but they want to be separated from that cage where they come from. That's the only thing I'm saying. Your
Mm-hmm.
identity comes from where you came from.
Oh, okay.
It's right there.
Okay.
It's right there. There I look here, y'all. There I look here. I'm on time for a commercial.
We don't have no time for no commercials because you be on one. You be going. You make valid points, but in my thought process, I feel like your identity is who you are. Okay. I never thought about it as you being your husband's identity. I know that two shall become one flesh. I get that.
You
I
gonna
understand
die
that
for the
wholeheartedly.
you gonna
But
die
what
for
I was
the
speaking to, what I was speaking to is when you talked about earlier in the show that a man can be at work all day long, and then when he comes home, she's expecting him to make her happy or do things for her.
You know that.
That is what I was speaking to. So if your husband, is giving you a soft life and you don't have to go out and physically work, and let's say you don't have children, well, it's not his it's not his job to make you happy. He's at work. So you need to do, you got to have some stuff that you do about yourself that
Right,
you do. It could be like for me, for instance, I love decorating. I could go into a store, pick up a pillow
right.
or a statue or a painting, and I can decorate the whole room off of that. That gives me joy. That gives me content. You
That's
know,
your
when
that's your
my husband gets to
behavior.
work,
That's your ability. That's when a man come into the house, he's supposed to see your glory. That's your glory.
mm-hmm.
That's what that is. That's your glory. When he
I
walking
love it.
home, he's supposed to know, Lord, this girl here, look at there, my this, yeah, yeah. And if she's mad and she runs away and she take all her flowers down, she takes all her her mirrors down, her candles, and all of that beauty of her in her home come down. When we come home, we look at the girl gone, took all that stuff with her. She took her glory, she took her peace, she took her happiness. Wait a minute, she ain't supposed to take that.
And the nails off the wall too now.
And that's what make us come out the house and say, I got to go find her. Where she at?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't talk. Now we don't need to talk about nothing. We talking. I'm telling you, don't play with me. I'm telling you. I'm warning you now. I know you mad. You tell you come home. What you mean? Come home. Yeah, we get there now. Put all that stuff back on that wall. That's the importance of her identification. Because
Mm-hmm.
identification in her home is presented to her husband. So when he walks into another woman house, he looks and he says, I don't belong here. Why? This is not my safe haven.
Okay.
My safe haven is at the home where I belong because see, she didn't just put it in the house, she also put it inside where she belongs.
Mm. Okay.
You
All right.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ate that. Okay.
Yeah. So she can sit there and not say a word. He's like, what's wrong, baby? Everything all right? See, all that loud talking and all that crazy stuff ain't necessary. Just
It's
sit there and
not.
be quiet. Because
It's
we
not.
hear you from the inside here. See, I don't want to hear her from the outside because she's a nagging woman. But if I hear her from here, she's not nagging. She's quiet. She's soft. That girl ain't happy. That girl asked me for that living room suit, and I didn't go get it. And she ain't saying nothing. She doing what she do. The house is beautiful. I mean, I gotta get up and go get this doggone living room suit now. I got to go get up and go get it. I gotta get up and go get it. See, y'all, if y'all would learn that part out loud, but start talking from the inside of the man.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you got what about being happy? All you got to do is think it and want it. And on the inside, if I can get up inside of your brain, I can get you to do anything I want you to do, right? What were you made from a man rib cage? If you were pulled from there, how come you don't use your power?
Okay.
So the beauty can control her beast, huh?
Mm.
Uh-oh. Now I'm done because we ain't got but 1 minute left. I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your closing.
Just wrapping it up, each person has a responsibility before God for their own life. Relationships do not call you to regulate your spouse's or your mate's emotions. They require you to witness. And that means, I see you, I hear you, I'll pray with you, comfort you, encourage you. But the responsibility of your inner makings, it's ultimately your responsibility. You have to make yourself happy. You have to heal and seek out the things that make you whole before you go into that relationship. Your relationships are to complement you, and they're to add to your joy, not define it. So, myth 101, your partner is responsible for your happiness. We debunked it tonight. Join us next week for myth 102. Love should feel easy. Whose side are you choosing? His side, her side, or the truth? If you agree, disagree, or looking at us side eye, call us, text us, email us at eefinetworks@gmail.com. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
Every relationship has a story. Every conversation has a deeper truth. Love, healing, faith, relationships, real life struggles, and powerful perspectives. Nothing is off the table. Join us for honest dialogue, laughter, insight, and conversations that matter on The Him and Her Show. Tune in every Monday night at 9 p.m. exclusively on the EEFI network. Come hear his perspective, but stay for hers, because understanding starts with conversation. Don't miss The Him and Her Show, Monday nights at 9 p.m. on the EEFI network.